I'm standing now at the southwest corner of Harbison Road and Forest Road, where Charles Permint was allegedly killed. Now, out of respect for what happened here, I'm just going to show you this. This is the white cross that marks the location where Charles Permint's car ended up after this crash. You can see there is still glass littered throughout, as well as tire tracks through that muddy area back there. I had spoken to Charles Permint's family about their loss and how they're dealing with their grief. Take a look at this.
I'm going to miss him. He was a presence, and I'm just very, very grateful that the Lord put that man in my life.
Ludmila Permint clearly remembers the day that she lost her husband, Charles. She was driving the car.
I could see the headlight and the hood of the car come right at me.
Delaware State Police say the driver of that vehicle was 26-year-old Rashai Harmon. Investigators say Harmon was driving his Chevy Tahoe westbound on Forest Road towards this intersection with Harbison Road, and that's when he apparently collided with the Kia Soul traveling southbound. These are pictures of the car after that crash. Ludmila admits that she didn't immediately realize how serious the situation was.
He was on my shoulder, and I looked at him and I said, he's okay, he's not bleeding, nothing.
Her concern turned to her son, Charles Jr., and her granddaughter, Amani, who were also in that car. Ludmila says that she was on her way to drop off Amani at her mom's house in Millsboro when that crash happened. Despite her own pain and injuries, she tells 47 ABC she found her phone and immediately called her daughter, Julia Johnson, who wasted no time getting to the scene.
I finally saw her in the ambulance. Her face was covered in blood and she was still in her car seat.
3-year-old Amani suffered a concussion and a fractured collarbone. Charles Jr. escaped serious injury in the crash, and since he suffers from autism, he is still coming to grips with his father's death in his own way.
And he's in heaven, so the Lord's taking care of him.
But it wasn't until later that this family would learn from a medical examiner that Charles Sr. suffered blunt force trauma to the chest, which killed him. And incredibly, through all of this pain, Julia Johnson was pregnant. Her due date, just days after the crash. Since she was carrying full term and because of the stress and the health of her unborn child, she asked her doctor to induce her. And the joy breaking through their sadness, Isabella Marie was born on Monday.
If Julia did not have that child now, she would be, she's devastated already, but it would be another level.
To lose my dad and then to have a new baby is just so much. Even though I know that he's in a better place, it still hurts that he won't be able to meet her. Thank you, baby.
74-year-old Charles Permint, formerly a homicide detective in Philadelphia, moved to Delaware after retiring in 2001. Part of this family's healing, sharing stories of his fortitude as an officer and his strength as the patriarch of this family.
I'm grateful for all he did for the family, and I'm going to miss him.
Charles Permint's family also describes him as a kind, generous, and loving person who would do anything for anyone who needed the help. His funeral is set for Monday at Lewis Church of Christ. We're told that his friends and co-workers from the Philadelphia Police Department will also be coming down to pay their respects. In Harbison, Emily Lampa, 47 ABC News.